Good evening. This is my personal reflection video for session three. Um, I've always known that I'm not a very good communicator. It's something that I've always had an issue with. I don't understand social cues and social situations, so I don't always respond accordingly. I've never been able to truly empathize with people and put myself in their position. And over the last 3 weeks, as I've been taking this class, these things have been brought back to my attention. And it's been nice because I've been able to not only see that these are definitely issues that I have, but also learn ways to correct these issues in my life. Because I do want to be an effective communicator and I do want to have a good relationship and communication with my wife and my friends. And so the two things in particular that I keyed in on are being able to empathize and also being intentional with my communication. So in looking out, there's a whole section on empathy, and it talks about that just having that ability to be able to not sympathize, which is of course seeing a situation, somebody's situation from your own eyes, but being able to empathize is being able to put themselves in your shoes. And I need to be very aware of that. And one of the things that would help with that would be the perception checking, because what I tend to do is I tend to look at a situation and immediately make a judgment on what's going on in that person's mind or what's going on with the situation, when in reality I don't necessarily know. I need to take the time to step back and look at the situation from a different point of view so that I can accurately assess what's going on. Another thing that I have difficulty with is being intentional in my relationships, specifically with my friends and my family. I tend to be a out of sight, out of mind kind of guy, and so I have a lot of friends that were good friends that I consider to be good friends, but because I no longer live in the vicinity of them, I just no longer talk to them. And it's not that there was a falling out or anything like that. It's just again, out of sight, out of mind. And so I think I need to be more intentional with that, in that I need to make time to, text them here and there, or get in contact with them, make that time to continue to cultivate that relationship, because they were good relationships, and they were ones that I don't necessarily want to lose. I just let them go by the wayside. Um, the other thing is being more intentional with my family in my communication with them, because I tend to be very intentional with my communication with people that I work with, making sure that they know what needs to be done, that I understand what needs to be done, and stuff like that. But with my family, I find that I have difficulty not being distracted by other things, taking the time to truly understand where they're coming from, what they're feeling. And so I need to be very intentional in that area as well. One of the things that would help with that is just making the time and minimizing the distractions around me when that time comes. For instance, my phone, it's a big issue. I have it on me all the time. I need to just put it away and focus and set that time aside to make sure that I can communicate effectively with my wife and my kids. I mean, my wife is my best friend, so I want to have a good relationship with her. Uh, and that would be across the board, also being more intentional in my relationship with the Lord, taking that time, making that time, uh, being dedicated to having that time each and every day to be in fellowship with Him, to be praying, and not just praying, but also waiting and listening for Him to respond. So those are the areas that I think I've gained the most from this class, and also still have the most to work towards improvement, is um, seeing something and being able to put myself in somebody else's shoes to see a situation the way they see it, and also just to be more intentional with my communication with my wife, my kids, my friends, and even in my time with the Lord. So, thank you.